Hey everybody, welcome back to Craps University. Today we're going to break down odds payouts for each point number. So we are going to do the odds on pass line, the odds on don't come, the odds on come, pass line, don't pass, come, and don't come. We'll do the odds on each of these so you get an understanding. We'll start off with the do bets. That's what most everybody bets. And it's pretty straightforward. Once you understand the payouts, some keys around them. The good thing about odds bets is they are true odds. They are what you would expect due to the math to get paid. Now, if you put a pass line bet on a 6 or an 8, you're only going to get paid 7 for every 6. But an odds bet on a 6 or an 8 is going to give you true odds, and you're going to get paid 6 for every 5. That's actually a little bit better payout. So when you place odds, you're gonna have your pass line. You put odds right behind it. On the don't pass, you'll put it right beside it, and you'll kind of put one off to the side to let them know that this is the odds bet. When you have a come bet and it travels, you'll give the dealer the odds to put on the come bet. Same with the don't come. If you move to a number, they will then put the odds, I believe, right there. I've seen it right there. It depends on how many people are playing. So it's very straightforward. Come bets and don't come, you go to the dealer. Pass line and don't pass, those are self-service. So it carries a zero house edge because the payout matches the true mathematical odds, which are the actual probabilities of a given outcome in the game of craps. So true odds for the 6 and 8 pay 6 for every 5. For 5 and 9, they pay 3 for every 2, and 4 and 10 pay 2 for every 1. So most casinos offer, like Las Vegas casinos will do a 3, 4, 5 times odds. You can also put 1 or 2 times. The casino I like to go to pays 10 times odds, and that's 10 times on every number. So 4 and 10, you could win, put down a stack of chips, you'll win 2 of those stacks, whatever it is. Now, when it comes to don't pass and don't come, look at the numbers of the true odds for pass line and come bets. They are the exact opposite. 4 and 10 pay 1 for every 2. Wait a second. You're probably saying to yourself, I have to risk more to get less. Yes, you do. On the dark side, you do. That's why sometimes it's better to play a bigger flat bet than to play odds on the dark side, because you are actually risking more to win less. So with a pass line, you might do something like $25. But on a don't pass, you might do something like $100. $100 on the don't pass flat bet is going to get 200. If you put odds behind that, you are definitely going to risk losing more faster if not people are hitting the numbers. So 5 and 9 on the dark side, you get 2 for every 3 that you have placed. 6 and 8, you get 5 for every 6. So all of the dark side are, you got to put more to get less. So let's just do a demo here, and let's say we have a 4 and we roll, or we have a pass line and we're going to roll a 4. That means in Las Vegas you could get $75. But if that hits, that is going to pay $175. Okay? $175 because you get 25 for the pass line, 150 for the odds. Now, take it in consideration. If you were to buy a bet here, you're going to have to pay a $1 vig either up front or during payout. If you get paid out, you're only going to get $49. Up front, you're going to spend an extra $1 to get that 50. And that would be the same as these types of odds. So that's 4 and 10. Now, if the number is a 5, you can do $100. That's the same thing. And this is why Vegas odds are so interesting, is $100 odds get you 150 and one. So the total payout's going to be 175. And then on the 6, when you put 5 times odds down there, you're still going to get paid out 150 for your odds and 1-to-1 up front. So it's 175. That's why Vegas odds are so good for dealers, because the payouts are very similar across the board. So bankroll management tips here. If you feel uncomfortable with outlaying that much money, up to 10 times in some casinos, you can start small. You can put 1 or 2 times odds. If you win, you can then press odds next time. You could go to 3 times odds. Pretty easy. The only thing that you have to watch out for is on like a 5 or 9, let's say it's 5, you don't want to put $75 there. Okay? You want to make it divisible by 2. So you might put 80, and that pays out 120. It's just a little bit easier math, and be kind to the dealers behind the scenes. They're working hard to get everything right. If you make it easy for them to do the calculations, the payouts are going to be pretty good. And then scale up when you start winning, or if you have more experience. Unit sizing, aim for your total commitment to never exceed 5% of your session bankroll. This means the total amount you bet on odds should never be more than 5%. Do I believe that? If you're winning, go for it. I mean, we're here to win money, and that's why they call it gambling. We have to take a gamble. So some common mistakes. Don't underbet odds. It's like leaving free money on the table. You have to do what you feel comfortable, but still, underbetting or not putting any odds, that's the worst thing you can do. And then over leveraging, chasing big multiples when your bankroll can't support the variance. Stick to a sustained multiple. And here's some key takeaways. Remember, odds bets are your best play against the house. They come with zero house edge, giving you the power to make the most of your bets. So just because you get a zero house edge, that doesn't affect the probability. That is still something to consider, because a 4 is less probable to roll than a 5, 6, or 9. A 5 is less probable to roll than a 6 or 8. The most probable number to roll is a 7, right here between the 6 and 8. Just always remember that. And then know your payouts. Make sure that the dealer is paying out. If they pay you wrong, don't touch your chips. Ask them, is that right? So they can rethink it. And then always remember, fire as many odds as you're comfortable playing and the table limit allows. Your comfort is key in making the most of your bet. So I was playing at a 10 times odds table. Some guy at the table had a $100 flat bet and put $1,000 behind because it's 10 times. We were on a 4, and he was like, roll a 4, roll a 4. And I rolled, and I didn't hit it. We had a few more, and then lo and behold, I rolled a 7. He came up to me when he took a break, and he said, you caused me to lose $1,000. And I looked at him and said, no, I didn't place your bet for you. You placed your bet. I'm just rolling the dice randomly. And yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. And play your game. Be confident in the way that you play. And if you want to shoot the dice on a don't pass, go right ahead. Yeah, people don't like it, but you're playing your game, and they have the option to do what they want to do. So next time you hit the felt, remember, your odds bet is the only wager that pays true odds. Trying to max out your odds on each point, track your results, share your experiences below. Your insights are valuable. So I just did a video on max odds. The video at the very end, I lost a lot of money. So is it truly to come out of the gate firing with max odds? I'll leave that up to you to decide. I don't do it. When I play in the casino, I work myself up. I get questions sometimes like, you can put more out there. Yeah, I know, but I'm doing my thing. So if you found this breakdown helpful, and this will be more for newer or intermediate type players, you don't have to play the max odds, but know what the payouts are, know what to expect, and you're going to do fine. I want to thank everybody for watching Craps University, and we'll see you on the field.